The visit of Senator Abner Dilworthy was an event in Hawkeye. When a senator, whose place is in Washington moving among the great and guiding the destinies of the nation, condescends to mingle among the people and accept the hospitalities of such a place as Hawkeye, the honor is not considered a light one. All parties are flattered by it and politics are forgotten in the presence of one so distinguished among his fellows. Senator Dilworthy, who was from a neighboring state, had been a Unionist in the darkest days of his country, and had thriven by it, but was that any reason why Colonel Sellers, who had been a Confederate and had not thriven by it, should give him the cold shoulder? The senator was the guest of his old friend General Boswell, but it almost appeared that he was indebted to Colonel Sellers for the unreserved hospitalities of the town. It was the large-hearted colonel who, in a manner, gave him the freedom of the city. "You are known here, sir," said the colonel, "and Hawkeye is proud of you. You will find every door open, and a welcome at every hearthstone. I should insist upon your going to my house, if you were not claimed by your older friend General Boswell. But you will mingle with our people, and you will see here developments that will surprise you." The colonel was so profuse in his hospitality that he must have made the impression upon himself that he had entertained the senator at his own mansion during his stay. At any rate, he afterwards always spoke of him as his guest, and not seldom referred to the senator's relish of certain viands on his table. He did, in fact, press him to dine upon the morning of the day the senator was going away. Senator Dilworthy was large and portly, though not tall, a pleasant-spoken man, a popular man with the people. He took a lively interest in the town and all the surrounding country, and made many inquiries as to the progress of agriculture, of education, and of religion, and especially as to the condition of the emancipated race. "Providence," he said, "has placed them in our hands, and although you and I, General, might have chosen a different destiny for them under the Constitution, yet Providence knows best." "You can't do much with them," interrupted Colonel Sellers. "They are a speculating race, sir, disinclined to work for white folks without security, planning how to live by only working for themselves. Idle, sir, there's my garden just a ruin of weeds. Nothing practical in 'em." "There is some truth in your observation, Colonel, but you must educate them." "You educate the Negro and you make him more speculating than he was before. If he won't stick to any industry except for himself now, what will he do then?" "But, Colonel, the Negro when educated will be more able to make his speculations fruitful." "Never, sir, never. He would only have a wider scope to injure himself. A Negro has no grasp, sir. Now, a white man can conceive great operations, and carry them out, a Negro can't." "Still," replied the senator, "granting that he might injure himself in a worldly point of view, his elevation through education would multiply his chances for the hereafter, which is the important thing after all, Colonel. And no matter what the result is, we must fulfill our duty by this being." "I'd elevate his soul," promptly responded the colonel. "That's just it. You can't make his soul too immortal, but I wouldn't touch him, himself." "Yes, sir. Make his soul immortal, but don't disturb the Negro as he is." Of course, one of the entertainments offered the senator was a public reception, held in the courthouse, at which he made a speech to his fellow citizens. Colonel Sellers was master of ceremonies. He escorted the band from the City Hotel to General Boswell's. He marshaled the procession of Masons, of Odd Fellows, and of firemen, the Good Templars, the Sons of Temperance, the Cadets of Temperance, the Daughters of Rebecca, the Sunday School children, and citizens generally, which followed the senator to the courthouse. He bustled about the room long after everyone else was seated, and loudly cried order. In the dead silence which preceded the introduction of the senator by General Boswell, the occasion was one to call out his finest powers of personal appearance, and one he long dwelt on with pleasure.